Let us pause a minute and think of areas that causes mental distress or depression. Depression is an illness, and there are people who are prone to depression than others. Which are the most common areas of concern that cause suffering or mental distress? We all know COVID-19 is causing worries of what is happening and what will happen after the virus is gone. By now, you and I know very well that COVID-19 is non-discriminatory illnesses or viruses. The viruses attack whenever an opportunity is available. That is when you don't stay at home, wash your hands, or maintain social distancing. Distancing, as advised by the government and professionals, is very important to everyone, including myself. Are you still worried when you already know and you are aware that staying at home is the best prevention? There are times you might have to go out for shopping, as you can't just stay at home without eating or essential stuff like soap that is commonly used, but try to cover minimal trips where possible. If you minimize the movement, you do yourself a favor, you do healthcare professionals a great favor, and you do a great favor to your country as well. We don't want to lose lives. We have lost so many. We can't afford to be ignorant of the advice that has been advised by the government and those who are on the front line. On return from your shopping, remember to wash your hands, dry them nicely, then sanitize. If you do your part, be assured you'll be safe and free from coronavirus. Now we know the prevention of coronavirus or COVID-19. How about our mental health, our mental well-being? Many people are worried and are living the fear or in isolation, especially those living alone, with no one to talk to when in isolation, without social contacts with their families, and lives as normal lives. That may also cause many people who are to be currently bothered, to be bothered, or are currently bothered or very stressed. When people are continually bothered or stressed by what is happening around, that seems to be normal life and can easily cause depression to some people. Depression is mostly caused by negative ruminating thoughts we create based on what is happening around us and doing very little to avoid negative thoughts. The way to prevent such thoughts that cause depression is by challenging our or questioning our thoughts and trying to identify changes in our way of thinking. The only person who knows when thoughts are distressing or bothering is only the person distressed or bothered. This time and period, we are all focusing on COVID-19, how it is spreading globally. It is very easy to neglect our mental well-being and continue being anxious or depressed based on the atmosphere around us, and sometimes we don't know that is happening. You are the expert of your own physical well-being and mental well-being. It's easy for you to know something is wrong before anyone else, including doctors. When you identify you are not thinking right or normal, as you are the expert of your own health, You need to take some responsibility and do something for your mental well-being. As we are aware what we can do about the COVID-19, the same thing you can do about your mental well-being. Don't blame yourself and don't be hard on yourself. Ask yourself politely why you are worried or you are bothered. Is it because of isolation that most of us are isolating ourselves? Is it about your family? Is it about your work because we need finances? Is it about what will happen after coronavirus? Or what is that causing you to worry and be distressed? We believe coronavirus has come and it will go at some point. But how about mental health? What will happen if we get depressed at this point because of whatever is happening around us? Is there anything you can do about worries and fears you are going through at the moment? If yes, there is, then you should not worry, but try what you can to support your well-being. Take a step and pause for a minute as you relax and do a bit of breathing exercise. As part of supporting your mental well-being, just breathe in. Breathe in with your mouth shut, inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. If you do the exercise with your eyes closed, it's very advisable. Imagine the air you are breathing in is clearing all fears, worries, distress, and anxiety all the way from your brains down to your whole body. You feel some good effects if you focus on breathing repeatedly. You'll be more relaxed. Take a minute as it comes. If you cannot do much than protecting yourself about mental health disorder or coronavirus, you will understand time is now and you can only do the best to protect yourself from all what is happening. Let's take one day at a time. Live today in full, and that will lead us to tomorrow. So worrying has got no place in us. It's not going to help us. It's not going to save us from depression. It's actually going to cause us a lot of distress, distress, and then depression. It will be hard to come out of that circle of depression. But we can manage our mental state before we get to a point when we are continually depressed. Let's do the right thing. You will realize that all that seem to be tangled in worries can actually be reduced by simple positive action. You will realize that even though before you are certain it was not possible, you are actually okay. Everything that was supposed to happen happened, and you are okay where you need to be. When you think or feel like things have not been better, remember the power to change comes from within who want to move on. The power will come from you. It will take you to understand things are not working well. And as much as you are struggling, other people are struggling and they are doing something about it. You too can do something about it. And you can live a normal life. Despite the coronavirus, despite the depression, you can live a normal life once you understand yourself and how your body functions. Why would you not? Why would you not be able to understand yourself? You are the expert. There are no accidents, and these moments of listening to this weren't in vain. And you are not the same if you take my advice. Think out loud. Let's talk mental well being. If you have learned something, share with somebody you don't know who is suffering in silence at this time. Maybe they can benefit from just a few tips that I've shared with you. That's all for today. Let's continue talking. Let's continue thinking and talking to one another. And we'll save ourselves and save lives too. Thank you.